Andrew's been called out of going with underage people, and it's been covered. The royal family. The fact of the matter is, the royal family defended Andrew, but didn't help Meghan when he needed help. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That tells me everything I need to know.
Yep.
It's close.
The whole situation with Piers Morgan is that he's the type of person. There's loads of people like that would look at certain people from a position of truth. So the first thing, whatever they say, I'll believe you, and you'll have to prove me wrong. But with people that don't really fit the mold for them, they're looking at it in reverse, and so they're looking at this paedophile prince and saying, well, okay. Most people, maybe not Piers, but most people from a position of truth, and then prove him wrong. Whereas with Meghan, it's like she's lying, prove her right. And they do that with minority women, with black people, with people that aren't of wealth or money or whatnot. And that's horrible. If you look on Twitter, I've been watching Twitter, I've been watching like the comments on newspapers and stuff like that. And all of them are negative. None of them.
All racist comments.
Listen, I read some comments on the Daily Mail today regarding the weatherman. He made his comments, and it was derogatory against him. Like, he shouldn't have a say. Yeah. Why is he having a say for it? And it's like, what are you not? And you're trying to tell me that Britain is not racist. Don't give me that. Ball, man. I ain't trying to hear that.
Is Piers racist? Is Piers racist? Do we think?
No, I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he's racist.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he's racist. I think he fully doesn't understand, like, when views are put forward to him. I don't think he quite computes it and gives a response.
I don't think that's it either, Ray. I don't think that's it. I honestly believe that it is, with this situation, it is just a personal vendetta against her.
So he can't see anything other than that. He can't see anything other than that.
Because he did say, regardless, because someone brought up the Andrew thing on this morning as well, and he did say the royal family are wrong. They should be making him speak to the FBI, and they should be open about this thing. He did, so he did condemn what they've done with it. But with this Meghan thing, it's just black for him, bruv. He can't see nothing, no other shade, no color. You just see black.
Just pure black and red.
Straight nut.
Pure red.
Nope.
Yeah, pure anger. Yeah.
Pure anger for her. He got no feeling, no care. So nothing she could say. She could have got assassinated. And he'd say it was her own fault. She walked in the middle of the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So back to the questions. So anyway, T, Eli, and Kurt. Do you feel Piers Morgan is racist? Kurt's gone.
Dipped.
Yeah, gone.
All right, fair enough.
Do I think what? Say that again, Ray?
Do you feel Piers Morgan's racist?
I don't know. Is my answer to that.
Okay.
I would. I mean, I don't know what people think, because I feel, like I said, people portray themselves as a certain thing. They look you in your face and try and say they support something, but really behind your back, they've got their fingers up. Like, it couldn't be. I don't know, man. I think if I had to hazard a bet on it, deep down I'd say yeah.
He's always one for, I don't know if he's the producer or a producer on the show, but his show in particular always get the black man who says what he wants to say on the show as well, if you've noticed as well. So,
yeah.
See, I do like black people. He likes the black people that are like him, but he won't, he won't accept every type of black person. He finds a black person, and therefore he's still racist. If you want to call it.
The prime example today, actually, when that Shola was cussing him out, and he called out everybody, "Oh, you can let him speak," because and it was a black guy who won the honor team.
The honor,
That was yesterday.
And he goes, "Will you let him speak?" And I don't want to be disrespectful, but the brother was about to.
I knew he was going to say that. As soon as he said, I don't want to be disrespectful,
because he was just one of the brothers.
Going to say is about, what was it? The Alex guy was going back at him. The weatherman was going at him today, and what he said was, "I brought you onto this panel so you can discuss as a mixed race." What he said was, "I brought you onto the panel so we could hear your feelings as a mixed race person on how you feel about the comment."
And you can't tell me
that's what he said to him.
That's calculated.
That's what he said to him. I brought you. Yeah. I brought you. What do you mean you brought me, bro? I worked at this station. I worked at the station.
Why are you going at me?
Yeah. That's what he did. And then you attacked me. And you attacked me. And he said, I'm not attacking you. But he said, you got a vendetta against her, bro.
Expect.
Yeah.
You don't say not one nice thing about her.
Well, he
Talked about it before. Yeah.
agree with him, didn't he? He thought he had someone there, and then that's what upset him. He's like,
Yeah.
damn.
Backfired on
You
him.
thought, oh,
That's
I've
why he
got
walked
one.
off.
I've
That's
got
why he
one
walked
mixed
off.
race brother.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Backfired, bro.
Because if you were confident in what you were saying, you'd have fought your corner.
And I'm going to ask you guys a question. At the moment, the position we're in today, the 9th of March, because this might come out tomorrow, is we're waiting for the palace to respond to what's going on.
Not happening.
Royals. The British people want to believe the royals, yeah? And all the palace have got to do is say something to convince them. The fact that they're taking so long to come up with something, you three,
They're digging up some dirt.
what do you
They're
think?
trying to find some dirt.
Royals.
Is that sorry?
Can you trust the royals?
I ain't.
T?
I don't feel.
I don't trust them, but I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger than the Royals too, though.
I think what will come out, if I'm honest, I think what will come out is they will say the comment about the baby's skin color or the darkness was not a derogatory or a concerning comment. It was just a comment, a casual conversation. That's what they would say to squash that.
Yeah.
Regarding her mental health. Now, this is where it's going to get difficult because she did say in the interview that when she spoke to HR, they couldn't help her because she wasn't a paid member of staff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what they will probably spin is something like, because she isn't a paid member of staff, we couldn't facilitate somebody coming to see her or her going to see a doctor or whatever. But we never said she couldn't pay for it herself.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do. They'll spin it and put it back onto her and say, "Well,
but then she also
we didn't lock
she
you
also
up."
said that she wasn't able to go anywhere. She wasn't able to see anyone. She didn't have her keys, her passport, or whatever. So so
And
for them
she
to
also-
say that, for her to say that, sorry.
And she also did say there's other people who are not paid members of staff who had support.
Okay, yeah, and I can understand that. So they're going to spin it away. I feel they're definitely getting something together. The fact that the Queen has something prepared to come out and then retracted it, and now they're trying to work on something, that tells me they're either trying to dig some dirt to try and get themselves, because this is a bad light, because you got to remember, if this comment, because the way Harry positioned it was so gangster, that was a chess move. That's like a checkmate move, because basically he said, it's nothing to do with my gran and it's nothing to do with my granddad. So the Queen and Philip are exempt. So that tells me it could be a future king, possible future king, right? So therefore, this is damaging, because if a future king is deemed as a racist, why?
Okay,
He can't be king. He can't be king.
Breaking news. They've responded. I'm going to read it out to you right now.
Wow.
Have they?
Let's go.
They've issued a short statement on behalf of the Queen. It says, the whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family. Harry and Meghan and Archie will always be much loved family members. So basically they're saying, it may vary, like what you said might not be the truth, and we'll look into it and then we'll deal with it internally. Thank you.
Basically.
Hold on,
Which is the only thing I could have said. So you're telling me it took all day for that to be prepared to come out? All day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For that short statement too? Yeah, nah, miss me with that.
Something but the British people will probably trust that. Like they wouldn't trust anything else. They wouldn't trust a company coming out with that. Like Ford, if Ford, one of their cars malfunctioned and killed someone, and they took all day to come back with a statement, they'd be like, why don't you just tell us like the truth straight away? But it's the royal family, and they've built up so much trust, especially in the older generation. And we've got this whole thing at the moment of your kids in school about British values and teaching kids British values. If we can't trust the royal family, that breaks everything.
Monarchs mash up. It's like that. And the thing is, like, there is knock-on effects, and I guess it does affect us in ways as well, because obviously like, you know, the royal family are a big tourist attraction. So, you know, people come over here to see like Buckingham Palace and so forth.
Yeah.
Does that benefit us though? Because why my tax bracket say it don't benefit us, but you know,
Nope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know, man.
We
It's just
even need a
that all day for that to come out. That just tells me that they're scrambling right now. You know,
That's
what I mean?
the worst. That's
They
the
have
worst
something
thing.
ready to counteract everything.
that
And
one.
then there's teams that come out where they're scrambling now.
While some
You know.
recollections may vary, well, boy, that's already calling them liars without calling them liars. You know,
Yeah.
they've gone up these lines several times. They've chosen the right words. They got the thesaurus out, and that's what they've decided on. You know, they tested it and everything. And I think, you know what, they messed up with just looking at the whole royal structure and how they normally breed women to be the wise. Really, let's be honest. They pick a certain type of woman who's come from or been groomed for that, is a bit naive. Think about Meghan coming in, who's had a lot of world experience, comes from another perspective, another country, another continent, been married before, and she come in there. That's where they messed up, because she's come in there and thought, hold on, this is not life. Whereas these lot think this is life, and this is not life. And in a way, she's woken up Harry, isn't she? So Harry's been in there the whole time.
Yeah, of course she has.
But then
This nigga's woken, bro. This man is woken now.
Yeah, plugged him in, you know.
He's fully woken, bro.
I think they made that, but then also I'd argue that I think they made that same mistake with Diana, because I think when you look at the situation with Diana, originally, if you look back at some of the documentaries in the royal family history, Charles was Diana's sister was groomed to be his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously Diana was the pretty one, but she was the wild one. She was the one who weren't really like, she wasn't really groomed.
She weren't ready to settle down, bro.
And ready to settle down, bro. She wasn't ready for that. So they handpicked somebody, but then Charles like, nah, I want that thing over there, man. Do you know what I mean? Like that thing over there is Chris. Like, but she was ready. She was a bit more. I'd like to say that she was a bit more. She had a bit more knowledge. She was a bit more out of the world, a bit like Meghan in a sense. And she was a bit more wiser, and she kind of knew the way the world works. She didn't want to be controlled, etc. And I think she fell into that same sort of path. And I think Meghan's sort of, I wouldn't say a prime example of that, but I think there's certain aspects that she reminds me of Diana. And I think that's another mistake the royal family made. And I think also maybe the royal family are not as controlling as we think, in a sense. Maybe there's a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you lot, right? Because I'm trying
in, boy, you're next in line for king. Boy, that could never happen.
trying to put myself in Meghan's shoes. So I'm going to put us in Meghan's shoes, right? You meet a woman who you're really interested in, like she's perfect, but you know her family are potentially racist. And she's involved with them. She's close to them. Do you carry on and try and get involved and try to make them change? Or do you just kind of step back and say, boy, sorry, darling, your family's racist. I'm out.
It's a hard one, because if you're in love with her and you're with her, you're not marrying a family, you're trying to marry her. So, you know, it's hard. It's a hard one. I don't know, man. Love hard. You know what I mean?
Like family is like forever as well, especially if you have. Yeah. So that's a big.
Yeah, it's true. When you do marry into the family as well, I guess. But it's a hard one, man. Like
I don't know, because
there's people going to be stuck in their mindsets. You know, you're not going to be able to change certain people. So you know.
Yeah, and I think also like just because the family is a certain way doesn't mean all the families are a certain way. Like you could get with your girl, and your girl got with you because she likes you for the sake of she loves you up and you love her up or whatever else. At the end of the day, like, although her parents might be racist, but I'm like, bitch, I ain't got to lay down with their parents. I can't got to pick with them or like that. Like, I can build my own family. Go to the parents anyway.
To answer your question, Eli, I don't honestly think, unless it's me being just honest, I don't think Meghan thought that his family were racist. I don't believe she thought his families were out and out racist.
Yeah.
The problem is, Eli, is that they're the other side of the pond, right? Now we live in UK, so we know Wagwan, but they live in America, so not all Americans know how UK is. Because I read something today where Americans are shocked that there's racism in the royal family and racism in Britain. They didn't realise. They honestly didn't realise it was that bad. So
I said Harry or William roll with their brothers.
Say again.
I see Harry and William roll with their brothers.
I see Harry roll with Kanye and Diddy in Vegas.
Yeah, that's different.
He does right. He does.
That's a lot.
But listen, man, Harry got his first piece of jerk chicken from Meghan, and that's why he's staying where he's at.
Meghan ain't made no jerk chicken in a goddamn.
She ain't made no jerk. Damn right, she ain't made no jerk chicken. The mumsy might have made jerk chicken, but she did.
You know.
Huh?
Not me, Papa is big, you know. Buy some chicken.
I'm not feeling it. I'm with Eli, man. I'm not feeling the fact that they're mingling with black people.
I was saying that she don't have to carry herself in any kind of way. Yeah, she can carry herself how she wants. She's mixed race, but I think when she got in, the big deal was made of her being a mixed race princess, and black people especially jumped on it, and we were claiming her for ourselves. You know what I mean? And I think we made her more black than she kind of publicly wanted to be in a way, I think. And then she really got tarnished with the kind of black experience that she probably wouldn't have had and has never had in her life, because she's always just been Meghan.